Whoever wrote these articles didn't do their homework. Rare gold coins reveal new Roman emperor. Coin studies suggest fake emperor was real. No, it appears to me that none of these journalists who wrote these articles even read the paper the story came from, nor do they have any kind of understanding of 3rd century Rome. So let me fill you in on what the paper actually said. Firstly, you need some context. The Roman Empire in the 3rd century was disintegrating. Decades of plague, climate change, famine, succession crises, civil war, barbarian invasions, and economic collapse resulted with pretty much the complete and utter collapse of central authority and any semblance of a unified empire. Between 235 and 284, which is about 50 years, there were over 20 emperors. That's a succession crisis, a civil war every couple of years. There was probably 100 usurpers, many probably lost to history because it comes at no surprise that keeping records and preserving knowledge when the world is falling apart around you isn't anyone's top priority. At the same time, barbarians in unprecedented numbers had broken through the borders, crossed the seemingly uncrossable Danube River, and were pillaging and killing and burning to as far inland as Greece and Macedonia, which was a problem especially during this era when many cities were unwalled. And by the time of Emperor Gallienus, so 260 to 268, the empire had disintegrated into 3 large chunks, the first being the Gallic Empire, consisting of Gaul, or modern-day France, Britain and Hispania, and the other chunk was the former Roman ally. Paimara had taken most of the wealthy east, like Syria and Palestine, and thus Italy and Africa, which was still under the authority of the emperor, was beset on all sides. Pax Romana was truly over, and honestly, the empire should have fallen here and now. And now I need to tell you about Dacia, the place where the coin was found in the 17th century. It was a rather new province conquered by Trajan only a century and a half before. You might be able to tell from this map that it kind of sticks out from the rest of the empire and is on the opposite side of the natural defensible border of the Danube River. However, it was deemed as a valuable addition to the empire for all the gold it possessed, and the empire was strong enough to defend it with 2 large legionary bases consisting of 50,000 soldiers protecting the gold mines and the Roman towns against the barbarians, the Dalmatians, the Capri and the Goths. The Danube was also the lifeline of Dacia. It connected the province to the rest of the empire. So upon the invasion by the Germanic tribes who forged the river and took de facto control of it, and thus by about 260 AD, Dacia was completely and utterly cut off, and effectively it was forced to survive on its own with whatever force or structure that was left within it. And according to this paper, because it was heavily militarized, the military leader in charge became the de facto leader of the new independent military regime, and that person was Sponsian. And of course, legionaries need to be paid, and in this gold-rich land, Sponsian minted coins, and because of the disruption to the empire, we can assume a lot of lost skills and institutional knowledge, so the coins that were produced were of a very low minting quality. Who to put on the coins? Well, the leader in charge, of course, and thus Sponsian was put on the coin. And I hope you can now see, making the assumption that the coin is genuine and the main hypothesis of the paper is accurate, Sponsian was not a Roman emperor. He wasn't even a proper usurper. He would have just have merely been the local officer who was forced to lead this province from 260-ish to 270-ish at a time where the empire had effectively collapsed and communication with Rome impossible. His alleged imperium on the coin could have simply been mere coinage tradition or politically a local necessity. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.